Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Today is August 8th, and I've decided to go ahead and start making some Halloween decor. I do sell some of my things in a local boutique, and thought it'd be fun to start putting things out. People start buying things about this time for Halloween, so I do see it in the other stores. For this project, I'm doing something new. I have worked with alcohol inks in the past, but I'm going to be putting vinyl on a 3.5 inch ceramic coaster using the alcohol ink, letting it dry, and then peeling the vinyl up. I have not done this before, so I don't know if it's going to turn out, but I thought I'd just bring you guys along for the ride. The first thing I want to do is I want to create my ceramic shape. And as I mentioned, it's 3.5 inches. And I'm going to turn this white just because it's easier for me to see my image that I've chosen, which is this, by the way. I want to just show you how I did that. So I'm doing image, and I came to advanced search, and I typed in Happy Halloween. So I have to ask if you guys have the same issue where when I want to search an image and it brings up all the images, that I go down the rabbit hole. So I'm just wondering if I'm the only one that does that. All right, so I chose this one here. I'm going to add that to the canvas and come down here and view it. That's going to be about 2.5 inches. And I want to put something behind it, like this square here, so it's easier for me to weed. I don't know if you guys have actually used that technique before, so I'm going to show it to you when we get over to the craft table. So that's going to be great. Now I don't want this to overpower the ceramic tile because I want the alcohol ink to actually be the focus of this. So let's bring this down to 2.0. Okay, and I don't need that anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I'm going to choose a shape. Doesn't matter for this purpose. It doesn't matter what color any of these are. I do need to see it, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it white. And I'm going to bring it to the front, range to the front, and make the square just a little bit smaller. I don't want to waste any more vinyl. Actually, just altered that. Didn't need to do that. All right, I'm just playing around a little bit. Thanks for being patient. I'll click on that square type image and just bring it down a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and highlight that and attach it. Since it's permanent vinyl, I do not need to mirror it. So we're going to go make, and I want 4, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply 2. Continue. Now I'm using smart vinyl. So I'm going to come over here to popular, and I'm going to use smart vinyl, not matless. Smart vinyl premium gloss. Oh, that's premium gloss. Okay, let's go back. Usually, let's go to browse and just type in smart permanent vinyl. Okay, let's just do smart. There we go. Iron on, not matless, not metallic, not shimmer. This is interesting. Okay. We'll just go ahead, and I don't want to do matless because it's a little tiny, it's a small piece of vinyl. So I'm just going to choose permanent vinyl. I'm going to keep it on default. I'm not really sure why we couldn't find the smart permanent vinyl in our choices. And looks like I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's go over to the craft table. Okay, let's do a quick review of some of the things that I'm going to be using. I went ahead and put some permanent vinyl down, Smart Permanent Vinyl. Like I said, it's a scrap. And just to make sure, I always go ahead and just use my brayer. This mat itself is not very sticky, so I'm just taking some extra precautions. I went ahead and taped it with the masking tape. I've got my scissors going. Let's go ahead and put this in my Maker 3, get that started. I got my scissors. I'm also using some blending solution. The one that I'm using is this one here. This is Ranger. And I'm using some isopropyl. This is 91%. And then I chose different colors that are Halloweenish to me. I did not get a red this time, which I might do later. So I've got Alcohol Pearl Splendor. I have Alcohol Ink Slate, and I have Alcohol Pearl Alchemy. And then I also have some Mixative Snowcap. I haven't used these for a really long time. So when I opened up my container, I was unfortunately disappointed because some of them had dried out. So I had to run up to Michael's and get some new. I'm also using something different. I looked on YouTube and I haven't seen anybody use any sort of glitter with their alcohol ink. I'm not saying that nobody has, I just couldn't find it. I prefer always wearing gloves when I'm working with alcohol ink. And then I have my little blower. I know that there's a name for this, but I'm not an alcohol ink expert. So if you are, or you know what that is called, please share with us. I always have a paper towel handy. Actually, it's a whole roll. Got my weeding tool out here. So this is what I was playing with yesterday. This is the same colors that I just showed you, and then I put the glitter on top of it. Now, I had finished these, and then I thought, oh, I could put some permanent vinyl on top of that, but because of the glitter, it's not sticking. I did see something where somebody does spray some permanent glossy on these, so I most likely will do that just because I like the look of the glitter. This is another one here. This one's similar to that one. If you haven't tried this and you just like to try new things, go down, use your coupon, and get just a 3-pack of some alcohol ink and play around with it. You can use photo paper. You don't have to use ceramic tiles. So if you have some photo paper on hand, you can definitely do that just to play around. The possibilities are endless with this alcohol ink as far as the design and what you can do with it. It's absolutely one of my very favorite art things to do. I do like to use acrylic paint and watercolor, but this is just, it's unpredictable, and that's what I love about it. All right, so I got this one out. It looks like it's almost done cutting. This isn't gonna really take that long, so make sure when you're using alcohol ink that you're in a well-ventilated area, which I am gonna open up my window as we speak. You don't wanna be breathing in those alcohol isopropyl fumes. I also have my fan on, so we get plenty of air in here. We're almost done. I should have actually taken out some of my samples of my the photo paper, the alcohol ink that I used on photo paper. It's really pretty, and I like the fact that you can use Copic markers, because Copic markers are alcohol ink based. So you can go in and you can draw actual, like for instance, if I wanted to use this part right here, I could make a bat out of this. I may do that in another video just so that you can see. You can do flowers. You can also do alcohol ink background, and then draw like a barn, you know, with a fence and all that other stuff. There's a lot that you can do. I love to draw, but I'm not really good at it, so I really need to practice. As far as like seeing a photo and being able to draw what I see in the photo. And that's just one of those things. I should probably take a class. Not sure, but We'll see about that. Almost done with our cutting. I think because I did 4 of them, it's taking a little bit longer. I did 4 because with it having alcohol ink on it, I didn't think it was going to be able to reuse it. So that was my thought process there. Okay, taking a little bit longer. Sorry about that. I don't want to pause and come back on if it's only going to be another few seconds. Oh, looks like it's going to be a while. All right, I'm going to pause and I'll be back. Okay, it's been cut out. So I'm going to remove the masking tape. It did cut through the masking tape, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Use my weeding tool. And just take that off ever so gently. I don't want to bring up any of the letters at this point. So if you're new to my channel, I basically just do pretty much everything. Painting, scrapbooking, card making, alcohol inks. I make button pins. I guess that's about it. But I do a lot of stuff, not just one. All right, and then I'm going to peel the back of this off. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of help to stay on the backing. This is quite possibly because the choice that I made of the permanent vinyl wasn't the smart vinyl. So let's take that into consideration. I'm going very slowly, just to make sure that it's all ending up down here like this guy right there. I also do vinyl projects, etching. Well, you'll see. You can pop on into my channel there, see if there's anything you're interested in. Always ready and willing to help with anything that you see on my channel that you would like to try, and also constructive criticism, because I'm not perfect and there's always more to learn. So I appreciate hearing from you. And for those who have followed me, yeah, I'm back. Summer's over and I've been doing some traveling, which has been lovely, and spending time with my family, because I'm not getting any younger. Okay, and then I'm going to get some transfer tape. And we're going to put this on that acrylic. I mean, acrylic, ceramic. We'll go about right. I'll go here. I'll make it a little bigger. You see that one of my letters is trying to move up. You know, if you didn't want to remove, it sounds like my neighbor's mowing his lawn. If you didn't want to remove the vinyl and keep it on there, maybe you could. I don't know. I'm willing to try. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I did mention it in the beginning. I did cover my craft mat with a clear plastic trash bag. I'm going to save that, because I can use this again. Wow, I made that really big, didn't I? I don't know what I was thinking. Let's go ahead and cut this. It might be a little awkward. Put that here. And I'll just use my scraper. so it looks like I lost part of the H here. I'm going to go ahead and put that on manually. So I'll stick that there. I didn't notice that when I was reading it. So I guess the long story short of it is important to pick the right setting. Oh, that's peeling up nicely. This is Dollar Tree transfer tape, by the way. Okay, get my ceramic out here. I'm going to set this right here for a second, and we're going to go ahead and spray some isopropyl on here and get this cleaned up. I'll be spraying it on again when I'm using the actual ink. I'm just going to take a look and see. Yep, stuff dries very quickly. And this looks about the right place. Now, keeping in mind, if you decide that you don't want to remove the permanent vinyl, if something hot is put on this permanent vinyl, I think it might affect it. I don't know if there's a spray or something that you can spray over it, or what you would do to prevent the vinyl from being affected by the hot coffee mug or anything like that that you're using. You know what? Sometimes coasters are just fun to have. You don't even actually use them. Put that right there. And then I'm going to grab the other part of this H. Put that down. Okay, so I'm going to brayer this again. I really want it to stick down. And like I said earlier, I have no idea if this is going to work. I just don't want it to seep behind it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get my gloves. You can use any kind of gloves. These here are Craftsmart, so they came from Michaels. And I go through these when I'm doing my alcohol ink projects. I go through a whole bag sometimes. All right, so let's go ahead, and you gotta have the alcohol ink, isopropyl sprayed on first. So let's see how that reacts with the vinyl. So far, so good. All right, let's get some orange color in here. Since this is the pearl, I'm going to have to spray that again because I waited too long. This is the pearl kind. So you see how it's at the bottom here. You got to give it a good shake. Now it's down at the bottom. Okay, let's give this another spray. And let's have some fun. We're just going to drip it here and there. No rules. Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in some yellow. This is also the pearl, so you want to shake it. How that works. Just blending in and making beautiful designs. Definitely going to want some more orange in there. Now there's a couple things that you can do here. You can just drip it and leave it. Let them blend in together and do their own thing. Oops. Or you can use the little hand blower or blow dryer I saw somebody once use a straw to move it around. So you could do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drip on here as well. I'm kind of scared about this. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's do some more yellow. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to sneak in some black. So this is just regular alcohol ink. You don't need to shake that. And it's slate, it's not black. Slate is slightly different. I don't want to go too crazy with the black, but I do like how it's blending. Isn't this fun? It's absolutely beautiful how it seeps into each other like that. Kind of looks like a candy corn, doesn't it? Now I can leave it just like this. I'm actually going to pour some white mixative. So this is Snow Cap, and the mixative is thicker alcohol ink, and I do like to give it a little bit of a shake. I hope I didn't grab the wrong one, but I had one of these, and like I said, I haven't used these in so long that it got all stopped up. Looks like I put the wrong lid on it, so it's got some blue on here. Oops, did not mean to squirt it that hard. Okay, so we're doing like a little candy corn theme one here. Okay. Okay, that's really turning out pretty. Very happy with this. Okay, so you can take your little hand blower, move it around from the top, go to the side, and then it's not so not symmetrical, but it gives it a little bit more character. Now I like to kind of take my finger and go around the edge. My glove's not on all the way. Just so that the edge also has color to it. Okay, and this dries very quickly. So let's say you wanted to add some more white, which I want to do right here. A little bit too much black there. I'm going to blow that out a little bit. And a little bit more white here. So what I was trying to say is it dries very quickly. And once it dries, it's waterproof. Again, you can always, spray it with your glossy matte. Your glossy matte? No, that's not a thing. Your glossy coating. So, okay, we're going to let this sit. I'm going to let it sit. I'll set my timer for about 5 minutes, and then I'll pick off a little tiny piece of the vinyl and see how that goes. I'll be back. Well, darn it, my video camera battery went dead. So while it was charging, I went and got my nails done, so you probably can see. Let's go ahead and finish taking the vinyl off of this. I'm really liking how it's looking. Super happy when I always do a video on a technique that I haven't done before and it turns out. Now at this point, I don't want to use any sort of alcohol, blending ink, nothing on this, because it will blend into where my letters are. Get that out of the way. And at this point, I'm really liking, how it looks. One thing I wanted to do on camera was put the glitter on it, but I missed out on that. Okay. Should be another bead, which I don't see in there. Oh, there it is. That at a weird angle. When you watch people who or alcohol ink artists, I'm going to say we, because I do like to dabble in it. You find out that the designs and the techniques are just so much fun to play with. And it's relaxing. You have to start with the mentality of not having a specific idea on how you want it to be. You work with the alcohol ink and what it's doing itself, instead of having a specific plan. I know with other sort of painting techniques, you kind of have an idea. You might sketch something out, and then you can watercolor or oil paint within that sketch, but alcohol ink is just not that way. I like that you can use different tools and things like that to manipulate it, but in the end, you just have to relax and let it do its own thing. Okay, so the black in this isn't actually what I was looking for. It kind of turned gray. It's because I stepped aside and I didn't really do the maneuvering that you can do on this, but I'm going to keep it. I think it's kind of cool. And I wanted to also say remembered, I should say, that I had these Pilot pens. It doesn't say that they're alcohol based, but if you want, you can go in and detail things. I don't know, for example, if you wanted the lettering to have a little bit dimension. I don't really have a steady hand, but I'll just show you. You can actually come in here and outline it if you wanted to do so. And I think I mentioned Copic markers, because they're alcohol based. You could do that with your Copic markers. Well, as you can see, like I said, I don't have a very steady hand, but you can do that. You can outline it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be doing some more techniques with alcohol ink. Trying to do like one type of technique per video. I mean, a lot of times you end up just grabbing things and using glitter, and it kind of turned into a mixed media project where you're using stamps and stencils and sponges, and I want to say you got to try it. It's a lot of fun. If you have any questions or comments, yeah, just leave them in the comment section, and I'll do my best to help out and see what you would like help with. Have a great day. Okay, 5 minutes is up. I'm just going to do a little tap to see where we're at. So it looks like it's still drying. I'm going to lift up a tiny piece of the vinyl. Okay, just a reminder, I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh, looks like it is. Okay, this is super exciting. Except when you do that. Oh, that was that extra piece, never mind. I'm being so careful. Okay, so far, I'm happy. Get that one up there. Now it bled in a little bit right there, but I think I might be able to fix that. Let's try to get the A up. I don't think I mentioned in this video with alcohol inks,